Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. If you read the title, you already know what this video is about, and yes, I still play Wraith after her nerf, and yes, I know she looks a bit chunkier, but I believe that she is still one of the sweatiest, if not the sweatiest character in the game. So anyway, we're talking about 10 tips from a sweaty Wraith main. If you know how Wraith is, you know that all Wraith mains are over the top sweaty and just the best players in the game, so you can trust all of my tips and tricks. Before I get into the video and all the juicy tips, could you please consider subscribing to the channel, because I make loads more videos just like this one, showing you how to get better at Apex Legends. And leave a like if you like the video, and dislike if you dislike the video. And now without further ado, let's get into the video. And I know in the clips you're seeing in the background, I do play a lot of Octane in today's video, but I just have one of those days where you just get kind of bored at the game, so you just play like a load of Octane. You know, we all have those days. Well, I think so anyway. Alright, so tip number 1 is that in these zipline buildings that are in Capital City and Royal's Edge, I know we don't have Royal's Edge in rotation at the moment, I don't know why, but we'll get them back soon. When you're watching this video, we probably have them back. So you can do a double zipline bounce to get up to the next floor of these little buildings with ziplines. What a double zipline bounce is where you do a zipline bounce, but right after you've done it, you turn around and do it again. Why you would want to do this is, say there's 10 people in the same building as you, and they're all focusing you, and you're on like the second floor from the top. What you could do is run to the zipline and do a double zipline hop to get to the top. Bear in mind, the double zipline hop is making you very hard to hit because of how fast you're moving while doing it. When you're at the top, you can jump off the building and run away. It's very simple, but very effective. Also, if you find the double zipline hop difficult to do, I actually have a movement tutorial video as well. Link will be in the description. If you don't want to go in the description, you can just check out my channel page. It's the one with the green thumbnail, you'll find it. Tip number 2 is always try to see what you should have done better in a gunfight, instead of blaming it on like a third party, or bad loot, or lag, or anything like that. You should even try to see what you did wrong in a gunfight, even if you win it. Doing this will make you at least slightly improve after every game you play, rather than playing for hours every day, but being at a standstill and just not getting better. Even if you get punched out off drop, you'd probably be like, well, what else could I have done? In a situation like that, what you could have done is free looked around to see where all the other squads were going, to see if you shouldn't land on 3 people, because if you land on 3 people, you're gonna die. Well, anyway, it's these small things that make a difference to you improving and how fast you get better. So do it. And the third tip is really shocking that people don't know this by now, since it's been so long since Season 7 started and Tridents were introduced, but is don't get out of the Trident if you start getting shot at, because as soon as you do, people will pounce at you trying to get the free kill that you've become, and you will die. You might want to sit down for this next bit, just hear me out, okay? If someone shoots at you and you're in a Trident, just keep on driving, because you only take like, what is it, like 10% of the damage. So you could literally be hit by a Kraber shot, and it would feel like being shot by one of those really weak Nerf guns. In conclusion, do not get out of the Trident if you get shot at. Just keep on driving like nothing happened. Tip number 4 is knowing when to full send, and more importantly, knowing when not to full send. This is a very important skill that a lot of Apex players completely overlook. But it's very important, you know what I mean? Okay, let me give you a situation. You're on high ground, and there's a full squad low ground, and you get 2 of them absolutely one shot. What do? Well, chances are, if you full on W key them, you'll be killed, because even if 2 of them are one shot, 3 guns will be shooting at one of you, and 1 gun will be shooting at one of them. So the chances of you winning that fight is very slim. Instead, what you should do is play it safe, stay on your high ground. You could throw like a nade or an arc star, something like that, to get them out of whatever cover they have, and when they come out, kill them all, okay? Just kill them all. This next tip is to improve your aim and reaction speed. What a lot of people do while they're running around is look at the ground. And I get it, it's a comfortable position to have your crosshairs, but a good reason why you shouldn't do this, the reason why you shouldn't look at the ground while you're running, is because when someone suddenly comes out in front of you, you'll have to snap your aim onto them, and because you're looking at the ground, you'll be hitting all body and leg shots because you can only snap up to them a certain distance, especially on controller. Now don't get me wrong, that's fine, but instead what you could do is have your crosshairs straight out in front of you, not facing at the ground. out in front of you at all times, so when someone pops out in front of you unexpectedly, you can hit them for mostly headshots, and they'll think you're cheating.
He's cheating! He's cheating!
Before we get into the next tip, I just want to say that I do stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so be sure to come hang out, and my Twitch link is in the description. Also, if you're enjoying the video, please consider subscribing to the channel, because I do make videos just like this one every week, and we're so close to 100 subscribers. Without further ado, tip number 6. Tip number 6. Okay, in this tip, I'm going to be showing you how you can counter caustic. Tip number 7. Okay, so basically I'm trying to say, caustic OP, nerf that man, Respawn, please. Tip number 7. Now, this is the serious tip number 7, okay? This tip is all about choosing the best FOV for you. If you don't know what FOV means, it's basically your field of view, so basically how wide your vision is on screen. 70 being the lowest FOV, and 110 being the highest FOV. So depending on what kind of TV or monitor you have, your field of view will need to be different. So on a monitor, the best FOV would probably be anywhere from 100 to 110, based on your preference, of course. And so that you can just see wider, because you wouldn't be closer to the screen. Whereas with a TV, you'd be further away from the screen, so it wouldn't feel natural having your FOV so high. Instead, if you're using a TV, your field of view should be anywhere from 90 to 100. Optimizing your field of view so that it works best for you can increase how much shots you hit and how overall good your aim is. Do you know what I mean? It can just make such a huge difference just by changing a setting. And I'm usually the kind of person to say don't change your settings up, but your FOV, if it's too low and it's not the right kind of thing for you, or if you're on a TV and it's too high for you, it can really hinder how good you can actually get at the game. So I do really recommend changing it. Tip number 8. Don't let what you have in your inventory lower your confidence. Basically what I'm trying to say here is, if you would be very confident fighting with an R99 and a purple shield, you should have the same amount of confidence with a Mozambique and a grey shield. Maybe not a Mozambique, P2020? Okay. While a P2020 admittedly isn't the greatest gun in the game, but it doesn't mean you can't do anything with it. It just means that you have to try even harder. So, if you leave worse guns and a worse loadout and what's in your inventory affect how you attack people, you just won't improve at the game as fast, because if you use weapons that you don't really like and you're not comfortable with, you'll just improve because you'll be able to use those weapons. You'll be able to use those weapons if they're the only weapons you can land on and a team lands on you, so you can take care of them. Because I was always very bad with a P2020, because I personally just never had a good trigger finger. But I started using it and attacking people when I had it, so I got better with it. Do you get what I mean? So these little things will make your game better entirely. And I know I'm gonna get some comment from someone who used to play Call of Duty, like in Call of Duty 3 or Call of Duty 2, who has like a really good trigger finger, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my, why don't you have a good trigger finger if you played that game, bro? Like, did you not even play it? Did you just play it like once a month?" You know what? Not everyone has a good trigger finger, okay? Don't blame me. Okay, now getting into the 9th tip, and probably the most important tip of the video, and the reason I'm leaving it until 9th is only the best viewers who stay until the end will get these really, really important tips that will help them the most. So, this is the tip that really helped me grow as a player really fast and just get better overall. The tip is, don't play for the team, play for yourself. But when you're playing with randoms anyway, when you're playing with your teammates, your friends that you know, you can play for the team, but otherwise play for yourself. Essentially what this means is, when you're playing in trios or duos, when you're playing with randoms, you can't be waiting around for the teammates to catch up to you. You have to leave them behind and go looking for people to fight. I mean, just think about it. If you're trying to stay with your team all game and just get looted up, you're not doing any fighting, so you're not getting any better at the game. Do you know what I'm saying? What's worse is, usually when people play like that and just stick with their team all game and beat loot goblins, they usually die to the first team they come up against. And I don't know about you, but that sounds kind of sad to me, and I don't want to be that guy who dies every game. I want to be that guy who gets 10 kill wins every game, every single game. Obviously, I never die, because I'm that good. I'm a sweaty Wraith main. Wraith mains don't die, ever. ever. We don't die. We do not, okay? So that leads me on to my next tip, and it's don't be looting for the whole game, because you won't be fighting, so you won't be getting better at Apex Legends. Looting for the whole game doesn't only mean going all around the place looking for loot. It's also when you finish up killing a squad and you go through all of their boxes looking for good loot. Wasting killing time where you could be killing. A good way of getting around the whole must loot boxes kind of thing is loot the box that has the best loot. So for example, if I just wiped the squad and one of them had a gold box and the other two both had grey boxes, you just go straight for the one with the gold loot in it and then leave straight away to go and fight another team. If you keep on doing this in all the matches you play, you're going to get a lot better because you're fighting a lot more teams. It's just a fact. It's how the game goes. The more you fight, the better you get. To everyone who has made it this far through the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you watching this long. It gets my watch time up, gets me recommended to more people, and it really helps. So if you like the video, please like the video. If you don't like the video, please dislike the video. Although if you watch this long, you probably don't dislike the video. And I do make content every week just like this to show you important tips to improve at Apex Legends faster than you ever have before. So please do consider subscribing so that you never miss another tips video like this one. And subscribing does help me out a lot. So thank you so much guys for watching everything in this video. I appreciate you so much, and peace. And also, if you do want to come hang out on Twitch, my link will be in the description for my Twitch channel, Shane Payne TV. Yeah, go check it out.